got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, speaking fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you are behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gotta learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Grab it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No I'm not giving up, no I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
When Broomfield asked if she had made any friends, Wuornos admitted she mostly kept to herself.
No, I stick to myself. I just stick in the cell with myself. I don't even care about going outdoors. There's nothing out there. I don't smoke anymore. So
what's your day like? How does it start?
I spend 24/7 in the cell, watching TV, reading the Bible, writing letters to Dawn, sitting around doing a lot, thinking, preparing, going back in time, memory of everything I've been through in my life, and then just preparing for my death. Get all the tears out of me and stuff so I won't cry and jazz, you know. Because it is going to be a little bit tough when I go. Huh?
Getting all the tears out of you.
Yeah. Because I just don't want to be in the execution chamber crying my eyes out, and I'm not going to.
But as the conversation shifted, her tone darkened. Wuornos spoke of being tortured.
I was tortured at BCI. They had the intercom on in the room, and they kept lying that it wasn't on, and they were using sonic pressure on my head since 1997. Had a lot of trays that were attempted murder and everything. I had to wash all my food off. And then one day I didn't wash my food off, and I was sick for 3 weeks, almost died.
In a chilling moment, she reaffirmed her readiness for execution, delivering a final, damning accusation.
Let them know that I know that the cops knew who I was. After Richard Mallory died, I left prints everywhere, and they covered it up. And let me kill the rest of those guys to turn me into a serial killer. I know they did.
Her anger boiled over, and she unleashed it on Broomfield.
You sabotaged my ass, society, and the cops, and the system, This woman got executed and was used for books and movies and shit.
With the camera still rolling, she spat out her final words on screen.
Thanks a lot, society, for railroading my ass. Okay, let's go.
Just hours later, in the solitude of her cell, Wuornos spent the time reflecting on her life and what lay ahead. Little else transpired during these moments, as a strange calm began to settle over her, replacing the erratic behavior that had defined her for years. She had long maintained that she killed the men in self-defense while being raped and assaulted, though later she recanted, saying she wanted to make peace with God. "I'm someone who seriously hates human life and would kill again," she admitted. After a decade on death row, death had become something she eagerly awaited. However, she continued to rail against her treatment in prison, complaining about strip searches, tight handcuffs, door kicking, frequent window checks, low water pressure, mildew on her mattress, and the officers' catcalling, which she described as pure hatred towards her. Wuornos even threatened to refuse food and showers when certain officers were on duty. Her attorney emphasized that she simply wanted to be treated humanely until the day of her execution. In the end, after her outbursts in the interview, Wuornos settled onto her bed and drifted into an early sleep, as if surrendering to the inevitable. There were no last phone calls, no visits from family or friends. She had severed those connections long ago. Left utterly alone, she faced her final hours in complete solitude. Aileen woke earlier than usual, just hours before her execution. Prison spokesman Sterling Ivy reported that she asked for a towel and washcloth to freshen up. According to him, Wuornos declined the traditional last meal, which could have been anything under $20, and instead chose a simple cup of black coffee. In those final hours, she counted down the time in silence and solitude, all alone, lying down, sitting, reading, and relaxing as she awaited her fate. At around 9:30 a.m., a crowd of supporters and opponents of the death penalty gathered outside the prison, though they were outnumbered by corrections officers. Inside, Wuornos was escorted from her cell to the death chamber, with guards ensuring her secure transport. Once inside, she was strapped to a gurney with 2 intravenous lines hooked to her arms. 32 witnesses held their breath as the heavy curtains parted to reveal her in the chamber. "We can testify that lethal injection is certainly a more humane way to terminate life than the electric chair," said State Attorney John Tanner, who had prosecuted her case. In her last psychiatric exam, she expressed relief that Florida had abolished the electric chair. In a striking final statement, Wuornos declared, "Yes, I would just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back. Like Independence Day with Jesus. June 6th, like the movie. Big mothership and all. I'll be back. I'll be back." This bizarre proclamation highlighted her troubled mental state and served as a chilling reminder of her complex psyche. Previously, she had urged the Florida Supreme Court to proceed with her execution, stating, "I would prefer to cut to the chase and get on with it. Taxpayers' money has been squandered, and the families have suffered enough." Then, the execution began. A guard pressed the buttons to release the lethal chemicals into her veins. Wuornos stared at the ceiling, swallowing repeatedly, her eyes watering, but she showed no emotion. Minutes ticked by as a small air conditioner hummed from the opposite wall. The silence in the chamber was absolute. None of the witnesses spoke, coughed, or even sighed. The air in the room was heavy, thick with heat. Her skin turned pale as the poison did its work. After about 8 minutes, the attending physician gave a nod when the warden asked if she had expired. The warden picked up a phone, presumably to inform the governor, though no one could hear his words, as the audio system had been cut off after Wuornos' final statement. With a second nod, the curtain was drawn. Aileen Wuornos was officially pronounced dead at 9:47 a.m. She was 46 years old. Reactions to her death were mixed. Some believed her execution was justice served. Others saw it as the tragic end of a deeply troubled life, shaped by abuse and abandonment, the life that spiraled into darkness and led to serial killings. What do you think? Was Aileen Wuornos a cold-blooded killer or a victim of circumstance who never had a chance? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe for more stories.